Ji, Assalamualaikum everyone, it's Shoayb and welcome to the live update of Bitcoin Forex from Crypto Affairs. Is 21st of June, almost 6 a.m. in the morning, and I'm really happy though because my entire range is completed. My chart is going to be clean, but before I remove my analysis, I'm gonna walk you through what just happened and what's gonna happen in the market and how the things are looking out. So, this was basically our setup here, and I updated in detail in mentoring launch, and we were discussing about the range that got stretched from uh, you know on the day of 10th of May till the day of 15th of June. All right. So what we have here is we were pretty much ranging between 28,300 to the lows of 26,500 for like entire month, and then we dropped at this point from 28 to $25,000 of value, and then we had our deviation in this LTF region here. So tapping that, and now after that I already told you about the IBUS, the internal break of structure, that it will gonna decide whether we are going to the upside, or we will continue the bearish momentum. So uh, after that, on the day of 16th of June, earlier than that, we retested it, breached it, and then we moved sideways, stabilized above the zero point 0.5, and then we went up all the way towards this liquidity buildup, which was pretty much held for like a month and a half. And this marks this value literally marks this range stands completed, and we are pretty much done here. For the values behind that, we already have our daily resistance here. Weekly, no, there is no weekly, there is no monthly, but yeah, monthly is at 29,200, but we're gonna see if you are tapping the that point anytime soon. So daily is absorbed here. I'm gonna remove this one. All right, and after that I'm also going to remove the liquidity buildup. It's also been absorbed here. I'm going to remove this LTF range here. This is also done. I'm going to remove this IBUS. This is also done. This deviation, this is also completed. Of course, I'm going to remove some marks of my brush here. And yeah, so that remains with the retesting zone because we have our voids here. So I'm not removing this. I'm not say it's invalidated at the moment because the PA is also moving for like literally at the high angles like this, first, second, and then third impulse, and then we're gonna see whether it stabilizes here before it coming back down, retest the zero point 0.5, or it will gonna stay there. So the thing is that people are pretty much jumping in into the shorts and also in the longs at this point. To be honest, this is the point that you should be pretty much caring about and worried about whether to short or not, because it is not stabilized yet. All right, and as we already uh, seen, there's weekly. Is there any weekly? No. Yeah, is there's a daily resistance here at 29,500, the monthly resistance at 29,248, and people are pretty much start to build up shorts. All right, like the market is pretty much straight, let's short it from here, but what if it went there, hit your SL, and then it comes back down? So you got to be really careful about it and do not jump in just for the sake of trading. I'm not into these trades, like in any trades from this zone here. My longs are pretty much built up at this zone. I'm in algo, I'm in near, I'm also in audio, and I'm in one more trade. There are pretty much four longs running for me. So I'm happy with that. I'm gonna be booking my profits here. Algo is already running, but for me is in almost 25% profit. It's already like I booked around 80% of profits earlier, but now I kept it open, and rest of it I'll book at the mid of 1267, 1230. So ML guys knows already where the TP is, so I'm all good with that. So the thing is that this range is entirely completed. The retesting zone stays valid here, but it's not going to be immediately fill. The thing is, the Powell is going to be showing up later tonight, and he has his own testimony and the future plan about the interest rate and all that, in the pipeline. So we got to see what he has to say, and then there will be a chance, there will be a stuff that will clear out why this happened, and the stuff about the dollars, because dollar is pretty much also a stretch here at this point. If you look at it here, I'm gonna show it that way. All right, we had our area of interest, we had our resistance, we tapped that, and just the bottom of the area of interest. But if you see, we are pretty much making some inclination here, which is not looking really healthy here. So any correction from this point will gonna pump the gold and the indices. So I'm just eyeing on this one before jumping into any trades in terms of like forex. So we are already in a bearish momentum here. You can see we had our top on 104, and since then we are making lower lows and literally lower highs at this point. So structure is still bearish for dollar, and any sudden moves will gonna be a temporary one. And for the ones who are asking me about if gold has to go down really at 1600, 1700 levels, and what's going to be the reason for it, well, the reason for it is going to be the bearish uh, structure getting break into the bullish one in terms of dollar and in terms of a higher time frame. Like if we look at the data in 1 day, you can see our BOS is going to be around here at 103 at 306. All right, so this will ensure, all right, the market is moving sideways. It already made like the higher low, and then if it moves up, this will gonna wreck the other markets like gold and indices. And because the money will flow into the dollar, and there will be some sort of really prominent fear in the market that will gonna be look out for. So that's what's happening here. Now let's move towards uh, total 3. Right, so I already tweeted earlier, couple of hours ago, later tonight, at yesterday night, sorry, that altcoin is coming, so don't worry about that. And what I mean by that, we tested our order block here, and market was pretty much ranging here. The money was flowing into the dominance into the BTC, so BTC started to pump up. But the thing is that why alts are not bleeding that much, they are pretty much stabilizing at this point. They are not going berserk, but they were pretty much bleeding on light. So the thing is that we went at this area, we stabilized here a bit, then we went up, stabilized for like 3-4 days, stabilized here for like 2 or 3 days. That gave the alts room to adapt what's happening, and the pairing really went strong in there. I'm talking about like the pairing with the Bitcoin. Whether you talk about the ADA, Algo, Anchor, Atom, I'm talking about the pairing with not with USDT but with Bitcoin. So we are seeing not such of a aggressive moves here. Like if you look at the weekly chart here, you see the current resistance, the main resistance line is at 57%. So there is no like aggressive move in a single day which sucks the money out of altcoins, but it's carrying the alt pairs with it in terms of the perspective of the Bitcoin. So it's really a good thing though, because alts are about to pop up, and they are going to pop really hard. If you look like some random alts here, I'm talking about the seller, the comp, right, uh, audio. So you can see they are starting to, they are about to pop up here. So this will gonna be giving you the alt season for like minimum of 4 days. It may stretch to like a week or two. So it's going to be really healthy one, and then we're gonna see whether the BTC will stabilize at 29-30k, or it will gonna go further beyond to 34-35, whatsoever the level will be. But as soon as it stabilizes, as soon as it moves sideways, we're gonna be seeing some really good rally in the altcoin. So I prefer not to short. I prefer just to advise you that do not jump into the shorts at that point, because that will gonna wreck you really bad. You might see the alt went as high, as in like in this range of like 4 hour, and then it might only drop for like 2 or 3%, and then it went up for like another 10%. So be aware of that. All right, so let's move towards Ethereum. Right. So Ethereum is also moving towards the liquidity buildup here. We had our support zone. It is reclaimed at this point. Again, we had our resistance. Its entire deviation here. We went down from the support zone, right? It stabilized here a bit, and then retested it, rejected from the current resistance, stabilized below than that, and now we are breaching it. So pretty much positive move here in the Ethereum as well. And I think it's gonna be stabilizing here because it will be having the favor from the Bitcoin as well as from the total three also, in terms of the altcoin. So as soon as the Bitcoin stabilizes, Ether will gonna shot up also, and it already breaks its structure. If you can see it here, we are making the lower highs, all right, lower lows, and then we stabilize, and now we are making the higher low and higher highs. So there's a high chance that we may come back here at 1875 later of the close to the 1900 values, and then we're going to be claiming that, and all good with that. So let's wait for a bit. All right, so I think that's all about it. Let's talk about the gold here. Gold is in pretty much choppy move though. We are looking at some really snake-like moves. We had our lower lows, and now it's ranging here, but the structure is pretty much internally bearish, as you can see here. I'm gonna show you by the help of channel. You can see there's a declining channel, but if the dollar continue its downward momentum, we're going to be seeing some really healthy moves as soon as it claims the 1968, the 1957 level. As soon as the gold come back and stabilize at this zone, well, we'll be pretty much good to go towards this 2002 1998 level, tapping this resistance. Not gonna be talking about being it really hyper bullish here, but this range is still untapped at 1982. So we'll be seeing it soon, but for that we just have to absorb what's happening in this above 1953 area to the 1960s. In the LTF region, we had our sharp drop, all right, because we were filling this region here. I'm gonna open the market sessions. We had our aggressive move here at 19 on the day of 15th of June from 1925 to 1959, and then we were pretty much ranging at this zone on 16th, 19th, and on 20th, and then in the New York session we came back, fulfilled all these ranges, the OB, the FVG here, and the 0.5 of this entire range of in terms of Fibonacci. So we already completed that, and now we are pretty much ranging, and let's see how the London session will gonna break down either at this zone, and then we're gonna be coming back to move up towards this 1940s level. All right, there's a tight range here, but we're gonna be careful again because the Powell is showing up. Is gonna be his speech will gonna be providing some volatility, so we have to be really careful. And just for the golden nugget, we have our gap here at 1950. So pretty much good range, and let's see how it will gonna turn out. So that's all about it. Whenever you guys wake up, do watch this video, and if you like it, you can already you can always share with your friends so they don't get stuck in the market hoping and wishing that it may turn in their favor. So that's all about it. I'm gonna be sharing the clean charts, but I'm gonna be waiting till the closure of 9 p.m. candle, all right, and then we'll see. Like we were already talking that we should not be shorting at this range, and as you can see, they are pretty much recting the shorts here. So wait for it. Let's see how it gonna turn out, and then we're gonna see. Don't let the market surprise you. Allah Hafiz.